The conbini boys. They're the conbini boys. They're the conbini boys.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
That's going really well here. It's great to see you on screen. Wow.
Yeah, no, this is pretty exciting. As you know, normally we just do a podcast, but this week we're trying out this whole video thing. As you know, this is episode 20.
20.
And so we are pulling out all the stops for this episode.
A lot of our listeners have said, we wish we could see what you guys are talking about. And we do post content to our social media accounts, but people want to see it live. And so that's what we're going to be doing here on Zoom. We're going to be sharing live what we're talking about. So hopefully this will take people into the conbini with us.
Something that we've been trying to do, and yeah, so I'm excited. I've got a Kirin Honshibori going on right here, and
28% juice. Wow.
28. How is that possible? Yeah, it's great. So I'm pretty pumped up. I also got, I think your wife will like this. I got some tofu jerky going on right here.
Tofu jerky. How's that?
Yeah, it's as you can see, I mean, it has the look of jerky, and I mean, it's not bad, I gotta say.
I did have vegan hot dogs this weekend at the campsite, and those weren't bad either. I gotta say, things are really picking up on that front. But what do you say we get started? As usual, we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, let's do it.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we're kicking things off with a blooper, and this could be the biggest blooper yet. Last week, of course, one of our new products featured was the 7-Eleven Johnsonville Wiener, the single wiener. And on the package, it said #1 U.S. sausage brand, and we both were very confident that was made up. Not only was that not the #1 American sausage brand, we questioned the very existence of Johnsonville sausage. My mom, maybe one of our biggest fans, immediately sent me a text message with not just stating that this was a real thing, but with commercials, Johnsonville commercials. And Mike, there's no doubt, holy moly, this is a big time sausage company here. As you can see, they got rope sausages, Italian sausages, fully cooked links, flame grilled sausage, fully cooked breakfast sausage, brown sausage, sausage strips, brats, fresh breakfast sausage, snackers, chicken and turkey sausage, meatballs. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Oh my goodness.
They even have a sizzling sausage grill. And I did do a little bit of research here. Yeah, they are not the #1 sausage brand, but they are the #4 sausage brand, according to Statista. Jimmy Dean naturally taking the #1 slot.
Sure.
But Johnsonville, very strong position. So yeah, there's the correction for this week.
Wow, and even ahead of old Bob Evans and Banquet Brown and Serve. It's pretty embarrassing, I gotta say. I think that we try to keep our facts straight here, and but now when you were showing that page and I saw that logo, I maybe it's a different logo here in Japan or something, because when I saw that I was like, oh yeah, okay, I feel like I've seen that before. So like we've said, it's episode 20. We've had a handful of bloopers, but I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, normally we get the facts straight, but and when we get them wrong, we admit it, and hey, that's what's important here.
Exactly.
All right. So as usual, we kick things off with the Chiki Wars, Mike, and this week, my goodness, we have some big news indeed. As we shared a few episodes ago, Family Mart has released the Poke Chiki being a copy of Lawson's Karaage Kun, and a
That's right.
question that we had, if you're gonna if you're gonna invade mainland Europe, you better bring the troops to do it. And we questioned, was Family Mart prepared to
Yes.
go to battle with Lawson's 201 known flavors of Karaage Kun? Well, this week, Mike, they are releasing 5 new flavors
Wow.
of Karaage Kun. I'll just list them off here. We have the sour plum flavor, the monjayaki, the takoyaki, the barbecue, and the corn potage.
Mm.
What are your thoughts on this? Do you have one that catches your eye?
To be honest, if there's going to be one that catches my eye, it's that corn potage, as we've talked about. I'm a corn maniac, and
Mm-hmm.
but I will say my first impression was, when you're just getting started. Oh, there it is, the corn potage. Yeah, when you're just getting started, your flavors are a little bit more subdued. They sort of make sense. We got what did we say? The monjayaki, the takoyaki, the BBQ, sour plum, corn potash. These are all, like, I'd say in the realm of flavors that a normal person would understand. Whereas Lawson, I mean, is so far ahead. Like, I think that it would be difficult for Lawson to release any of these items right now because, I think people would just say, well, it maybe if they said, the triple corn potage or the double monjayaki, then I would understand. But so I guess my general impression is that okay, it looks like they're gearing up, but it seems like they're still at just the beginning of the battle here.
Yeah, that's a great point, Mike. Yeah, Lawson, they don't even always release flavors. They release concepts. As we shared a little over a month ago, the black hole flavor. That is obviously not a flavor.
Not a
Uh, they have flavors by pop groups. Again, not flavors. And so, yeah, I guess Family Mart, yeah, they got a long slog ahead.
yeah.
This is not going to be a couple of week thing. This is going to
Mm.
be, you're heading into Russia, and this is kind of like Napoleon's March, and you better be ready for the long winter that lies ahead. But we'll see if they are.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see. I like this, and I'm looking forward to the battle in the future. All right, so coming up next is a section that we've introduced recently, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the scoreboard. This is where
Mm-hmm.
we look at each company, how many new items are they releasing each week, and so I'm going to give the score this week. We've got Family Mart with 51.
Mm.
Lawson with 33, and 7-Eleven with, 95.
Yep.
Yeah, what do you think about these numbers?
I think it's a return to normal.
Mhm.
Family Mart right in their 50 wheelhouse. Lawson last week they were high because of the Oden release, but this week again back down to their 33 quality items, and then 7-Eleven, just a cannon shot of 95 whacked out things. And I know we were both again flummoxed by the mix of stuff that 7-Eleven has for offer this week.
Yeah. No, this is a well-rounded scoreboard, I think, this week. Although Lawson, as we'll see, 33, including a certain set of items. So that's kind of interesting. 7-Eleven, yeah, I agree. I was just had no idea what most of these things were. But all right. So as we do with the scoreboard, each week we take a look at the score, and then we also pick up an item that we like from each conbini. And so this week I was thinking that maybe I'll start off, and
Mm-hmm.
I think we should go ahead and start with Family Mart. So I'm gonna throw this up on the screen here. All right. So coming up,
Mm.
my first item, I'm talking about the skimen, and
Mm.
as it's translated in English here, cold noodle dip, thick 3-layer noodles with elasticity and smoothness. It features a rich pork bone broth, soup made by adding bonito, mackerel, niboshi, and other seafood stock with pork paste. So the reason I picked this one up is, I don't think we've actually talked about tsukemen yet on the podcast. But people know ramen, they know soba and udon, but tsukemen is also a really popular type of noodle in Japan. It's where you have the soup and the noodles separately. And as you can see, it looks like we got some chashu there. We got the egg, we got the noodles, and that broth, looks pretty good. And the reason I actually picked this one up is because I have some fond memories of you and I going to get some tsukemen on Tatemachi Street, and I remember having that tsukemen, that cold noodle dip, and I think we were both hurting after that. But yeah, so this is my pick for the week. What do you think?
I love tsukemen. This looks super good. I'm so impressed by what the conbini is doing with noodle sets these days. It's so much more than obviously cup noodle. And yeah, that place in Tatemachi, we'd probably hit that up once a week, late night. And for me, I don't know about you, but I could really I think probably sometimes I did set a timer from, first bite to need to get to a toilet. And it was about 3 minutes, just enough time to hit the Mr. Donut on the way home if I pedaled hard on my bicycle to pick up 3 Ponda rings. Yeah. But yeah, awesome choice. I loved, great choice, Mike. Looks great.
All right. So coming up next is your choice. I'm going to go and flip the tab here, and boom.
Yep. So coming out of Family Mart here, this is a potato chip. This is the garlic chicken cheese flavored potato chip, the Evolution brand, I guess. But what struck me about this was this is not a flavor. Garlic, chicken, and cheese. This is not a natural combination of anything, despite what that weird picture of a fork grabbing whatever that is. It seems like Family Mart. Maybe they just have one of those lottery machines with ping pong balls flying around, and they reach in, grab one out. Oh, chicken. Grab one, grab a second one. Oh, garlic. And then they go and grab a third. Oh, cheese. All right. Boom. Potato chip flavor. Done. So that's what struck me about this product. It's not a legitimate flavor. It's just 3 random flavors combined.
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm sure that it's good. As you can see, I'm kind of zooming in here. As you said, this is gari cheese and chicken aji. So, I don't think this is a dish, but although it seems as though they're portraying it as such. But I will say this is amazing. And as you said, I don't know what this has to do with evolution. I guess this is the evolution. First they had garlic and cheese, and now they're adding the chicken. That's like a monkey, going to a human, I guess. Which, to be fair, I think that's a pretty good comparison. And this is a no, but I'm sure it's great, and I think it's a great choice.
All right. Shall we head over to Lawson here?
Yep, and my first item, if you want to pop that open, I'm going to switch over here. So my item is not actually one item. I wanted to scroll to a section here, and I'm talking about this section right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the Nikuman section.
Oh my God.
So as we talked about last week, Lawson also released last week the oden, and this week it's the Nikuman. One more sign that we are ending summer and heading into the winter season. So, it's no secret. We talked about it when we talked about our top 3 items. Nikuman, and by Nikuman I mean this guy right here is one of my favorite
Ooh.
items at the conbini. This is a soft steamed bun with things inside.
Mm.
And yeah,
Oh.
so I was just really excited. Mons are one of my favorite things at conbini. And yeah, so my choice of this week is just the Nikuman section at the conbini.
Yeah, what a great choice, Mike. And again, Lawson, last week it was all about the oden transition. This week about the Nikuman. Lawson is just on it with the seasonal transition here. And great that you didn't pick one. It's impossible to just pick one mon because they're all so damn good. If you could zoom in on that pizza mon, Mike, I want
Yeah.
folks to get a real good look at that one too. That is just one of the best products out there. As you can see, it's got that melty cheese with the tomato sauce.
Oh,
That's Karen's number one conveni item right there, the pizza mon.
I
And
can
really,
understand.
it is fantastic. But yeah, absolutely. This is the hot box next to the hot box, as we shared many episodes ago. So yeah, wow, great choice. Truly one of the great items, not just in the conveni, but in all of Japan.
And in all the world.
All the
I think we can extend it even out further. All right. All right. So coming up next to your choice.
right.
Let me go over here and boom.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I had a hard time honing in on one here. Lawson had a lot of good dishes this week, Nikuman, but they also had a few good pasta dishes as well. And I got one here. This is the cheese, 6 cheese, fresh pasta. This is clearly a theme these days. It looks like the conveni are trying to one-up each other on how cheesy they can make a dish. 7-Eleven, of course, just drilling their dogs with 3 kinds of cheese.
Mhm.
Now Lawson raising the stakes with 6 kinds of cheese. And if you look at the instructions there, Mike, Lawson is advising the customer to pop it in the microwave and watch the sea of cheese expand. Yeah.
Oh my.
This is like a
goodness.
cheese fondue, they're saying, and it also has anchovy and garlic seasoning. So a fairly elegant seasoning to pair with that just savage amount of cheese.
Yeah, this is I don't know. When does it become too many kinds of cheese where you just kind of it becomes one sort of all-encompassing flavor? I'm not sure, but I don't think 6 is the number, and I am really interested in this. You know, one of my favorite things at the conbini are these cheese pastas, but man, wow, look at this. It's just like that cheese is just sitting on top there, and oh wow, it looks amazing. I how could this not be good, right?
That is a sea of cheese. I was watching some Bear Grylls over the weekend. No doubt he could build a raft with some grapevine and driftwood and float across that pile of cheese right there. Man, that is extraordinary.
All right. Okay. So heading over from the, the classic Family Mart, the amazing Lawson, and now we're heading into just the flea market, 7-Eleven. All right. I had a really hard time choosing an item this week because it was just such a smattering of just random things. Like I really don't know how they make them, but I'm gonna show you what I got. So my item right here. I'm talking about the Kabaya Tough Gumi Nusankin Drink Aji. This is a tough gummy sweet, and the flavor is like cow piss, one of the famous drinks in Japan. Nusankin, which is lactic, or I think lactic acid, but I think this would be translated into fermented milk drink flavored tough gummy snack. So Matt, I'm a fan of some tough gummy snacks. I like when you bite into that gummy, your teeth aren't going through on the first bite. you got to
Yeah.
kind of work through it a little bit, and so but that being said, I'm not too sure about this fermented milk flavor. What do you think? What's your view on gummy and especially tough gummies?
I love gummy, and I also like a tough gummy, as it says on the packaging there. The toughness is what will get you. It becomes it'll just become a habit. You need your tough gummy fix.
Oh
The
yeah.
flavor is baffling, and the package here, it looks like they've tossed it into some kind of pitcher, as if it's kind of like an Alka Seltzer or something like this.
Right.
I don't really get what that is supposed to be. Yeah, I can't imagine myself picking this one up, Mike. Lactic acid flavored tough gummy. And it doesn't normally on a product like this, it would have a list of health benefits, dubious health benefits, usually, 5 or 6 bullet points. We shared one beverage several episodes again that claimed all kinds of things. And
Yeah.
I'm just sort of waiting or wondering where those claims are for this particular flavor, and I don't see them. So yeah, I wouldn't go for this.
Yeah, no, it's a mystery item for sure, but all right. Okay. So last we're going into your item from 7-Eleven, and I'm gonna slam it here. Boom.
Yeah. This again, flummoxed by what exactly this is. This is the double sausage, as it says there on the package in English, grilled pork sausage and frankfurters with black pepper. No doubt that sounds good. Where I get a little lost here, Mike, as you can see, this is shaped like an onigiri. It has that
Oh,
triangle shape, but
yes.
nowhere on this page will you see the words onigiri, and this is not in the onigiri section. And so I'm just totally baffled by why this is a triangular shaped package, because normally sausages come in a uniform length and
Hmm.
width. And to stuff them in this triangular shape would mean all
Hmm.
different kinds of lengths and widths. So I'm hoping those are encased in rice, like an onigiri, because I think that would actually be pretty darn good to have this
Yeah.
this uh, oh, hang on. I know what this is. I just realized. You know what this is?
What's that?
This is a big bag of wieners. That's what this is. I've just realized it, and this is. I was picturing something that you could hold in your hand. This is something that you carry out. This is a big bag of wieners, everybody. That's probably what 8, 9 inches tall, mostly full of air, but there are probably about 20, 25 wieners in that boy. That's what that is.
I gotta be honest. I was actually thinking of picking this one up as well, and because I thought it was an onigiri.
Yeah.
And until you described it to me, you're right. This is not an onigiri. This is a 228 yen bag of double wieners. As you can see, they've got the classic. It's maybe a little difficult to understand, but this is a classic snapping action of some wieners going on right here. Um, yeah, I guess that's just a bag of wieners,
That's a
and
bag
in
of
that
wieners.
case, it looks pretty damn good.
I like the sound of that black pepper seasoning. I like how they so grilled pork sausage and frankfurter. So are those different things? I guess that's the double wiener. So you got your
That's the
grilled pork
double.
sausage and your frankfurter with black pepper. Wow, that's a great item right there. And it says just pop it in the microwave. You got yourself a meal right there.
Wow, that was that took me for a ride there. I was not expecting where that was going to go, but all right, Matt. That closes us off for the week on the scoreboard. But some great items, and as you know, next week we're going to have another 200 or 300 items to look at as well. So we have that to look forward to as well.
Yeah, and going into our lead story this week. This is yet another follow-up on the phenomenon of old people crashing into the conveni. A few weeks ago, Mike, we introduced this topic. I was skeptical of how big of a problem this is. We followed up last week. You did some research
Hmm.
demonstrating that not only is this a problem, this is a big problem. So big, in fact, that Toyota engineers are looking into ways to help old people from pressing on the wrong pedal when they're
Hmm.
parked into the conveni.
Yeah.
And so, what we wanted to do this week was try to share with our audience what exactly are we talking about when we say old people crashing into the conveni. And so, we Googled pretty much that exact term. We got a couple photos here to show what we're talking about. And what do you say we crack one open? I got one here,
Yeah.
Mike. I'm going to share my screen so the viewers can see here. This is yeah, this is what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a K car. K car meaning a small little guy, small engine. And as you can see, this thing is fully parked inside of a conveni. The back wheels are through the glass onto the retail floor. And Mike, you mentioned this last week. They got to be just revving that engine and just
Yeah.
flooring it to get that far in. These cars do not have a lot of power. I had a K car in the Noto going uphill. If I had a second passenger, I was slowing down. And
Yeah.
so these old folks have got to be doing some kind of a burnout where the tires are shredding. They pop the clutch and boom, next thing you know, you're inside the hot box. So yeah, this is what we're talking about here, Mike. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, no, I'm sure the listeners as well had that image as well. When you say, old people running in the conveni, yeah, sure, maybe they like bump their bumper on the front of the conveni, but no, as you can see, this is the real, this is what's going on. As you said, these are not people just running in the conveni; they're slamming down, pedal to the metal, coming in, and I don't know. What do you think? What was this person thinking when they were before they ended up inside it? Unfortunately, ended up inside of the conveni here.
I gotta believe they felt some kind of panic, a great sense of urgency to move. Maybe there was an attacker, an assailant that was about to injure them, and they just felt this tremendous need to step on the gas.
Yeah,
Um, but my God, yeah, I think you have another one, Mike, here to really
yeah,
share what exactly is happening. Let's pop this guy open.
yeah, yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah. So as you can see here, this is a surprisingly. I mean, this is a 71-year-old person, but surprisingly, as you just said, normally you're in a K car. These things have maybe 50 horsepower, but this person looks like they're in the Benz. So I don't know what's going on there. Or is that a BMW? I'm not sure. Or Benz and BMW the same thing? I'm not sure. But yeah. So my sort of theory, or what's your theory? What happened here with this case?
Yeah, let me try to break it down here. Yeah, so this is a full size sedan. He has parked, as you can see here on the bottom right, there are concrete barriers
Mm-hmm.
that are in front of the parking spaces. So they had to actually get first over that barrier. Then, as you can see, they've cleared through the front of the conveni. The driver's seat has got to be about probably, I'd say, in front of the specialty drinks
Yeah.
rack there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what could have happened here?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to explain. I mean, the guy, he just stepped on the gas. He obviously can't handle this much car. I'm surprised he actually didn't go further into the conveni, because if you step on the gas, you make it over that concrete barrier, you're hauling ass.
You're hauling ass.
And thank goodness he stopped that early, because otherwise, you keep the pedal down and you're going to be parked inside the oden tank.
Yeah, so all right, I'll give you my theory here. As you know, as you can tell from the layout here, as you were saying about the drink section, so you come through that glass, and what's on the left there? You know what's on the left there? It's the magazine rack.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that this person, they went in the community, they came out, and then they got in the car and they thought, wow, I missed my magazine.
Mm.
And so then they meant to get out of the car and walk and go into the convenience and buy the magazine, but instead they unfortunately just drove their car directly into the magazine rack there. So I'm not sure. Thank God it sounds like nobody was too hurt, but there were 3 people injured. So
3 people injured there, yeah. And as you can see at the top here, that's the Fumimachi guy. That is press the wrong brake.
That's the wrong break.
So so we're going to be following up on this. We may make this
Yeah.
a regular segment just to
Yeah.
bring more awareness into this huge problem that exists out there in the conveni.
Yeah, and everybody be safe. If you're in the conveni, take care to keep an eye on who's in the parking lot.
Keep your head on a swivel.
Exactly.
All right, Mike. So as our listeners know, you're in Japan. I am not. Mm-hmm. And so you have access to the Genba. The Genba, of course, the place where the action happens. And heading into our next segment at the Genba with Mike. Actually, I think, what do you got for us this week, Mike?
All right, I've got something live. So a few months back even, I think we were talking about a special sort of item, and we talked about it before. At the conveni, there's a special section where you have energy drinks and stuff like that, and then you also have these packets of drink. And so one that we looked at is none other than the Kirin Hyoketsu ice smoothie.
Oh my God, yes.
So what this is a bag. This is a bag full of a Hyoketsu, which is a chuhai, ice smoothie, pineapple flavor. And when we were talking about this, we were saying you got to be careful because this sort of injection technique into your mouth is very dangerous. So I'm going to do this live. This is a special video Conbini Boys broadcast.
Be
so
careful, man.
I'm going to be. And if something happens, be sure, call 119 in Japan. That's the number, not 911, 119. So I'm just going to crack this thing open here. If I can get it open.
Be careful, man. You got a kid. You don't want to hit this too hard here.
Yeah, so here we go.
Wow.
All right. I'll see you on the other side. Let's give it a try here. Oh, wow. Wow. Matt, that was one of the coldest, most refreshing things I've ever tasted in my whole life. This is pineapple flavor. I'm just going to have to go ahead and give it a, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. This is I'd say that if you're going to drink a chuhai, this might be the ideal insertion method. As you can see, this is oh my God, I got to be careful. I almost drank the whole damn thing. I didn't mean to do that. And, this recall, it's very similar to a legendary drink we have in the States. And you're shaking your head. You probably know what I'm talking. I'm talking Capri Sun. So, wow, this was very impressive. And wow, just as expected.
It looks outstanding. I was super excited when Kirin brought that product back. Like a Capri Sun, except better because they've solved the straw problem for you. It's already attached. There's no chance you're going to poke through the other side and ruin your 4th grade lunch. as so many of us did. Tragic experience. But man, yeah, so happy to hear that is a 4 out of 5 star item, and great to see the live review here. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was scary. I think I'm gonna make it, but actually they recommend you to freeze it and then take it with you and slowly sort of use your hands to sort of like smash it down
Ooh,
and drink it like
nice.
that. I had it out a little bit too long, so this thing was pretty well defrosted. Normally maybe it wouldn't be like that, but anyways, all right, that's my at the Genba for this week.
Awesome. All right. So, wrapping up this week's episode, we head into conbini news. And this is also something of a follow up from last week. We talked about Lawson bringing out the oden items
Mm-hmm.
for this season. But now it's not just bringing out oden, it's bringing out oden for COVID. Of course, COVID is still a problem around the world, and Lawson is figuring out how to manage the oden
Yeah.
container given the circumstances. And Mike, I got to tell you, I think they've come up with something quite brilliant here.
Mm-hmm.
So we, of course, have a shield, a plexiglass shield that guards the oden container, which of course presents the challenge. Okay, it's no longer self-serve. And so because it's not self-serve, we could have waits. Customers could be waiting a long time. But Lawson has thought of that, and they've done a few clever things. First, they've made all oden items the same price, 90 yen. So no matter if you get a daikon, a sack, a wiener, or gyusuji, it's going to be 90 yen. So you don't need to worry about calculating the price, figuring out how to make it work.
Yeah.
Also, they have oden sets. So they have set menus here, as you can see. For 398 yen, you get 4 different kinds of oden. So limits the need to think on your feet. You're not going to be standing there going, do I want a gyusuji and an egg, or do I want a sack, a couple sacks and a kombu? You just, they got it set for you. And then lastly, they have a family set, 1900 yen. You get 25 things, and it's frozen. So you just head home, heat it up, and you're all set for the family. I think this is brilliant, Mike. What's your take on this?
You know what? When before we are starting and you're telling me about this news, it reminded me of an experience I had just a few nights ago. I actually went to Lawson and I saw this firsthand, and I was very confused because, yeah, as you said, oden is normally a thing that you get yourself before you get up to the counter. You get your little box and you put it in. But yeah, I was waiting in line. There was this family in front of me, and they were having the person pick the oden for them. And to be honest, the thing I was thinking is that, wow, this is taking a long time, and I was getting a little bit impatient. And so I think the problem is that both the customers and the staff as well are not yet accustomed to this new style. And it didn't seem like that the family in front of me was using one of these sets. It seemed like it was more like, let me get one of those, let me get 2 of those, let me get 3 of those, which is a little bit difficult to manage. Because as you can see in this picture, like, this is there's a lot of things in there that look very similar. And some of them are very small. You have to kind of like maneuver this, and that's the only tool you've got is that ladle there. You've got to like handle these. You got eggs, you got radishes. So I think it's great. I think this is a wonderful idea, and I'm just hoping that in the future that both the public and the conbini themselves will get more accustomed to this new style of oden.
Yeah, no doubt it's going to take some time to get used to it. But yeah, I'm impressed by the effort that Lawson has made here to make it as safe as possible to access this fantastic set of items. Okay, Mike, I think that wraps it up for episode 20.
Wow. 20. Wow, 20. What amazing. Like, we started this, what was it, in May, I think, maybe, or even before April.
I think it may have been March or April.
March or April, and who would have thought we made it to 20 episodes? So, and our first video episode is complete. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it isn't. Hopefully, it is amazing, and we can just keep doing it in the future. And definitely, let us know how you feel about this the video style. That closes out for today. So everyone, thank you all so much for tuning in to the Conbini Boys. Please, if you're listening to us on the Apple Podcast app or Spotify or any of the apps, please leave us a like and share our podcast so that other people can find it. And if you're watching on YouTube, please leave a like, smash that subscribe button. We're also on all of the social media. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and all those. So please give us a follow there as well. And if you have a Conbini memory, if someone has a Conbini memory or any sort of opinion whatsoever about the Conbini, please just give us a call at 617-453-8207, and we'll be sure to share it on the podcast. Matt, I guess that does it for this week. Any last words?
I'll see you at the Conbini.
I'll see you at the Conbini.